Imagine being on the verge of your dream, working every single day to prove yourself, only to be set up to fail. That's exactly what happened to Shedeur Sanders, the son of football legend Deion Primetime Sanders, in what might be the most shocking and disrespectful preseason story of this NFL season. While the world watched the Cleveland Browns give Dillon Gabriel every opportunity to shine, Shedeur was thrown to the wolves with third stringers, expected to compete on an uneven playing field, and judged as if he had the same tools. But let's be honest, this wasn't a competition. It was a setup, a public display of favoritism that left fans, analysts, and the Sanders family frustrated and stunned. The narrative you see on the surface, both rookies getting a fair chance, couldn't be further from the truth. Gabriel was given the red carpet treatment, second-string reps, quality practice teammates, the spotlight moments in front of coaches and media. Meanwhile, Shadur had to navigate a ragtag third-string line, receivers struggling to catch a cold, and blockers who wouldn't even make a roster next month. The deck was stacked, and anyone paying attention could see it. Yet, somehow, the Browns executives spun this as a fair competition. They both had a chance, they said. But if you've been watching closely, you know the reality was far more complicated and far more unfair. Now, here's where it gets personal. This isn't just a story about missed opportunities or roster decisions. This is about respect, about giving a young man the chance to step onto a field where his talent can truly be seen. Shedeur Sanders isn't just any rookie quarterback. He's carrying a legacy, a family standard of excellence, and the eyes of everyone who's followed Primetime's career. And yet, the way the Browns handled this situation sent a loud and clear message. They didn't value him the same way they valued Gabriel. That slap in the face wasn't just disrespectful, it was a statement about control, perception, and the politics of football. But here's the kicker. Even in the face of an almost impossible situation, Shadur showed flashes of brilliance. He made plays despite the chaos around him, despite the players who couldn't support him properly. The talent was undeniable, and while the Browns may have tried to bury him, they may have just done the opposite. They might have ignited a fire that will fuel the most compelling comeback story in recent NFL history. In this video, we're going to break down everything that happened behind closed doors in Cleveland, the double standards, the unfair treatment, the hidden decisions, and why all of this might actually work out in Shedeur's favor. You'll see why what looks like a setback is actually the beginning of a story about determination, legacy, and the making of a true star. By the end, you'll understand why the Browns may have underestimated one of the most exciting young quarterbacks to enter the league in years, and why that mistake could haunt them for a long time. This isn't just about football, it's about fairness, opportunity, and what happens when raw talent is pushed to its limits. Shedeur Sanders' journey is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a single chapter. When you watch the preseason unfold, it's supposed to be a proving ground, a place where talent, effort, and preparation determine who rises and who falls. But in Cleveland this year, the preseason became something else entirely, a tale of favoritism, mixed messages, and a glaring double standard. Shedeur Sanders, the son of one of football's all-time greats, didn't just face competition, he faced a system that seemed designed to work against him from the start. Dillon Gabriel got the second-string reps, the quality practice team, and the plays that actually mattered. He ran the offense with players who could make things happen, receivers who could catch the ball, and a line that could protect him. Every throw, every read, every snap was an opportunity for him to shine in front of coaches, media, and fans. Meanwhile, Shadur was lined up behind third-stringers, practice squad hopefuls, and players who were more focused on just surviving camp than supporting a rookie quarterback. It's hard to showcase elite talent when the people around you can't keep up. The Browns would tell you it was fair. Both players had an equal chance to compete, they'd claim, but any observer who paid attention during training camp could see the inequality. Shadur wasn't given the tools to succeed, Gabriel was. It's like putting one runner in high-performance sneakers and the other barefoot on gravel, and then acting surprised when the barefoot runner doesn't cross the finish line first. That's the reality Shadur faced every day at practice. And yet, even with these obstacles, he flashed glimpses of brilliance that no one could ignore. What makes this double standard even more frustrating is how it was packaged in front of the media. The Browns front office praised Gabriel at every turn, using every press conference as a stage to highlight his growth, talent, and readiness. Cameras caught executives talking about how he was going to continue to improve, how he fit their system perfectly, and how confident they were in his abilities. Shadur? Not a word. No public acknowledgement of his flashes of talent, no praise, no confidence building, just silence, as if his potential didn't matter. It's tempting to chalk this up to rookie growing pains or coaching decisions, but the pattern is clear. This wasn't a fair competition. It was a public display of favoritism, one that unfairly disadvantaged a young quarterback who came into the league with legacy, skill, and the kind of natural ability that can change a team's trajectory. And while Gabriel's reps looked polished, Shedur's attempts often looked raw, but that rawness wasn't a lack of talent. It was the inevitable result of being set up to fail, thrown into situations that made it nearly impossible to thrive. And here's the frustrating truth. Even in these conditions, Shadur performed. He made plays, showed poise under pressure, and demonstrated the potential that everyone who knows football could see. It's just that the Browns didn't want to acknowledge it publicly, or maybe they didn't want to risk disrupting the narrative they'd already started building around Gabriel. The double standard was glaring, undeniable, and, for anyone who truly understands the game, infuriating. This section of Shedur's story isn't just about missed reps, it's about what happens when a system claims fairness but delivers anything but. And it sets the stage for what comes next. The behind-the-scenes decisions, the hidden motives, and the reality that sometimes the greatest challenges are the ones orchestrated before you even step onto the field. If you thought the preseason was unfair on the field, wait until you see what was happening off the field. The Cleveland Browns front office turned Media Day into a showcase just not for Shedeur Sanders. Cameras were rolling, microphones were live, and executives couldn't stop gushing about Dillon Gabriel. Every word out of their mouths painted Gabriel as the golden choice, the safe pick, the NFL-ready quarterback, the one destined to thrive. And while Gabriel got the spotlight, Shadur was barely a footnote, like an afterthought in a carefully curated story. Imagine sitting there, watching the people who control your professional future openly praise someone else, treating their potential like it's guaranteed while yours is questioned. That's exactly what Shadur experienced. The assistant GM talked about Gabriel's foundation, his college experience, and his work ethic like it was a flawless resume. Every question about the quarterback competition was framed to highlight Gabriel's progress and readiness, making it clear to anyone listening that the decision was already made. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders' efforts, his flashes of brilliance, and the undeniable talent he brought to the field went largely unacknowledged. No cameras rolling for his highlights, no interviews praising his progress, no public encouragement from the people responsible for evaluating him. It was almost as if his very presence in the competition was just part of a staged show to give the illusion of fairness while the narrative was controlled behind the scenes. And it wasn't just what they said, it was what they didn't say. Every time a reporter asked about the quarterback situation, the Browns danced around Shadur, offering vague updates, deflecting questions, and reinforcing Gabriel's spotlight. Phrases like, "We feel good about where Dillon is," or "He's continuing to develop," were repeated, while Shedur's work ethic and progress were reduced to abstract ideas of earning his spot. The double standard was stark. One quarterback gets confidence-building praise and public validation, while the other is left to fight for scraps and recognition. This narrative management isn't unusual in the NFL, but the way it played out in Cleveland was particularly striking. The front office knew exactly what they were doing, giving Gabriel the optics of readiness and Shadur the optics of uncertainty. Every press conference, every interview, every soundbite reinforced the story they wanted. The world to believe a story where Gabriel is the obvious choice and Shadur is the underdog struggling to prove himself. It created a perception that wasn't necessarily reality but would influence fans, analysts, and even internal decision-making. Now, here's the prediction. When Dillon Gabriel inevitably faces the rookie struggles common to first-year quarterbacks' missed reads, miscommunication with teammates, and game day pressure, Shadur will be ready. Every practice, every snap on the third-string line, every challenge thrown his way has been preparation for this moment, and when the opportunity comes, he won't just take it, he'll dominate it. The team that overlooked him, the coaches that minimized his talent, and the media that ignored his progress will all witness the rise of a quarterback they underestimated. This isn't just speculation. It's a pattern we've seen throughout sports history. Athletes who are underestimated, overlooked, or intentionally challenged often respond with extraordinary performances. Shedeur Sanders fits that mold perfectly. The Browns may have tried to control the narrative, but talent like his doesn't stay hidden forever. When the lights are on, the games begin, and the league starts paying attention. Shedur's true ability will be undeniable. The real story here isn't just about the Browns' decision, it's about the making of a future star. Shadur Sanders' journey is just beginning, and the obstacles he's faced only make his potential rise even more dramatic. Mark this moment. The quarterback everyone thought they controlled might just rewrite the story on his own terms. Setbacks have a way of revealing true character, and for Shedeur Sanders, this preseason was the ultimate test. The Cleveland Browns didn't just challenge him physically on the field, they challenged him mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. They created a scenario stacked against him, one that could have crushed a lesser athlete's confidence. But Shadur isn't a lesser athlete. He's a competitor, a son of one of football's most legendary figures, and someone who has been conditioned to thrive under pressure. What might have been a devastating blow for others has instead become fuel for a comeback story that's already writing itself. Think about what happened. While Dillon Gabriel was getting the media praise, the quality reps, and the structured opportunities to shine, Shadur had to make do with a ragtag third-string line. He was expected to perform in situations where failure was much more likely than success. And yet, he did more than just survive. He made plays, demonstrated his instincts, and showed flashes of brilliance that hinted at what he's capable of when given proper support. Those moments weren't just technical skill, they were proof of heart, determination, and the ability to rise above adversity. This isn't just about talent, it's about motivation. There's something uniquely powerful about being underestimated, overlooked, or doubted. For Shedeur, every slight, every dismissive comment, every safe choice the Browns made has become ammunition. This is the kind of fire that turns a talented player into a star. When you strip away the comfort, when you remove the easy path, champions emerge. And the Sanders family has a long history of producing champions who refuse to back down when the odds are stacked against them. What makes this narrative even more compelling is the timing. Rookie quarterbacks struggle all the time, learning the system, building chemistry with teammates, adjusting to the speed of the NFL. Dillon Gabriel will inevitably face these challenges. But when those inevitable struggles come, who will be ready? Who will have used every difficult snap, every obstacle, every moment of disrespect as preparation for the opportunity to take the spotlight? That's right, Shedeur Sanders. The very system that tried to limit him has unintentionally built him into a competitor ready to seize the moment. And it's more than just football. This is about respect and fairness. It's about proving that talent and dedication can't be ignored, even when the odds are against you. Shadur's story is the embodiment of resilience, a young man standing tall in the face of doubt, motivated not just by personal ambition, but by a desire to show the world and the Browns that they underestimated him at their own peril. By the time this story reaches its next chapter, the narrative could be entirely different. Shedeur Sanders is poised to rise, to take advantage of the smallest opportunity, and to remind everyone why his talent and his mindset can't be ignored. This setback isn't the end of his story. It's the spark for a comeback that's only just beginning. And the best part? Everyone watching now is about to witness it unfold. If there's one thing clear after all that's happened in Cleveland, it's that Shedeur Sanders isn't just a quarterback fighting for a spot, he's a quarterback shaping the future. The Browns may have tried to sideline him, limit his reps, and control the narrative, but they couldn't stop the talent, the pedigree, or the drive that define him. Shadur represents something rare in today's NFL, a player who combines elite physical ability with mental toughness, creativity, and an unshakable confidence. And that combination is exactly what makes him one to watch. Look at what he's already faced. A system designed to favor someone else, media narratives that downplay his potential, and limited opportunities to showcase his skills in meaningful situations. Most rookies would crumble under that pressure. Most rookies would struggle to maintain confidence while being set up to fail, but Shedur's response has been remarkable. He's taken adversity and turned it into fuel, sharpening his skills, building resilience, and preparing for the moment when opportunity finally meets readiness. That's exactly what separates great athletes from good ones. How they respond when the odds are stacked against them. Shadur is more than just a talented quarterback. He's a symbol of a new generation in the NFL. He plays with flair, creativity, and fearlessness. He isn't afraid to challenge conventions or redefine what a quarterback can do on the field. His style is dynamic, unpredictable, and electrifying qualities that can change games, shift strategies, and force defenses to adapt. In an era where many teams prioritize predictability, Shadur represents innovation, excitement, and the possibility of rewriting the quarterback playbook in real time. And let's not forget the legacy he carries. Being the son of Deion Sanders isn't just a footnote, it's a standard of excellence, a mindset, and a lifetime of preparation for high-pressure moments. Shedeur has been immersed in elite-level football from day one. He's learned not just the technical skills of the game, but also the mental and emotional toughness needed to succeed at the highest level. That combination of talent, preparation, and legacy makes him not just a player to watch, but a player who can shape the trajectory of any team he joins. So what does the future hold? For teams willing to recognize his talent, Shadur Sanders offers more than just potential, he offers a game-changing presence. He has the ability to turn setbacks into comebacks, challenges into opportunities, and criticism into motivation. The league may have underestimated him, but history tells us that players like Shadur, dynamic, resilient, and fearless, don't just catch up to expectations, they exceed them in spectacular fashion. In short, Shedeur Sanders isn't just the quarterback of today, he's the quarterback of tomorrow. Every pass, every snap, and every decision he makes has the potential to redefine expectations and create highlight reel moments that fans will remember for years. And for those paying attention now, witnessing his journey from underdog to future star, you're seeing the early chapters of a story that's destined to leave a lasting mark on the NFL. Now that you've seen the full story, here's where it gets personal for both Shedeur Sanders and you, the fans. This isn't just about preseason reps, media narratives, or front office decisions. It's about witnessing a young quarterback navigate adversity, rise above obstacles, and show the kind of resilience that defines champions. And the best part? You get to be part of that journey. Think about it. Every time Shedeur steps on the field, every practice snap, every preseason opportunity or lack thereof is another chapter in a story that's still being written. Unlike the scripted narratives the Browns tried to control, the real story is unfolding in real time. And as a fan, you have a front row seat. You get to watch history in the making, to see how talent, preparation, and determination collide when a player refuses to be sidelined. But stories like this are about more than observation, they're about engagement. What do you think about how the Browns handled this situation? Was it a fair competition, or was Shadur set up to fail? Did the front office make the right choice with Dillon Gabriel, or did they overlook a future star? Your thoughts matter, because this isn't just about statistics or highlight reels, it's about perspective, debate, and understanding the deeper dynamics of the NFL. Drop your opinions in the comments below, share your take, challenge the narrative, and join the conversation. And while you're thinking about that, consider this. The journey of an athlete like Shedeur Sanders isn't linear. There will be setbacks, surprises, and moments of doubt. But it's exactly those moments that define a career. The Cleveland Browns may have underestimated him, set him back, or created obstacles, but they also gave him something invaluable: motivation. And motivation can turn a talented athlete into a star who exceeds expectations, rewrites narratives, and proves everyone wrong. Witnessing that transformation is powerful, and you can be part of it. If you believe in Shedeur Sanders' talent, his legacy, and his potential, then don't just watch, engage. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on his journey. Follow his progress, see how he responds to adversity, and track the moments where he turns challenge into triumph. This is more than football. It's a story of resilience, ambition, and proving doubters wrong. And when Shadur finally gets his shot, you'll be there from the beginning, having watched the entire rise from the sidelines of preseason drama to the spotlight of NFL greatness. Finally, remember this: every major story in sports has its turning point. For Shedeur Sanders, that moment is coming. The question is, will you be watching, engaging, and witnessing the rise of one of the league's most promising young quarterbacks? The Cleveland Browns may have made their choice, but the NFL has a long season ahead, and Shadur is ready to show the world exactly what he's capable of. So, comment, like, subscribe, and join the movement. This is the story of a future star, and you don't want to miss a single moment. If you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to keep up with all the drama, trades, and behind-the-scenes action in the NFL, then don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow and lets us know you love this kind of content. And hey, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends, your group chats, or anyone who loves football as much as you do. The more the conversation spreads, the better it gets. Most importantly, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss when we drop fresh stories, wild rumors, or breaking updates that the mainstream media won't talk about.